Hey everyone, this is David. It's just a quick hit on a Sunday afternoon. Let's go fast. We got a lot to talk about. Before we get into the Brynn Ubah Real Housewives of New York of it all, Andy Cohen, I don't know, this happened like a few days ago, has basically said the same thing we said here. Where did these rumors come from that Lisa Vanderpump wanted to come back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? And not only is there no truth to this rumor that he's pursuing her, why would he pursue her? Why would she ever want to come back? Again, she is the producer on Vanderpump Rules. She is the producer on The Valley. Yes, Jaxa says she has nothing to do with The Valley. It doesn't even really matter. Anything in her contract that spins off from Vanderpump Rules, she gets credit for, and she's a producer. And she's on Hulu, and she's a producer of Vanderpump Villa, and she makes money from all that, and she doesn't have to fight with anyone, and she doesn't like Dory, and she doesn't like Kyle, and she doesn't forgive, and she kind of knows Sutton and Garcelle. So he is not pursuing her. Why would she ever want to come back? It doesn't make sense. We don't need her. We love LVP. The show doesn't need her. So Andy has spoken. There's no truth to those rumors that he is pursuing Lisa Vanderpump to come back. Also, before we get into it, Danielle Cabral's big move. You know it's a slow day at RHONJ hit land. Lots of articles are surfacing on Danielle Cabral. Literally, I'm not making this up. She dyed her hair dark. And I don't know if you know this after the whole Jennifer Aiden acting like a total fucking asshole at the Mike's. Should we have the Mike's sandwich woman's daughter on? We were put in touch with her. Does anyone want to? I mean, I think that moment has passed, right? Or do we actually want to? I mean, no offense to the daughter or the mother, but hasn't this moment passed? If not, we could have her on if anyone wants to hear from her. Love her, just no shade to any of them. But anyway, Danielle had a scream party to scream about how pathetic Jennifer Aiden is. And it was in New Jersey, and people went, and she has darker hair now. And Messy G, my girl, Messy G is in the house. Messy G, Gorgasita. She said Carmela from The Sopranos, and people were comparing her to Drea De Matteo and Eva Longoria. You know it's a slow day in Jersey Land when we're talking about Danielle Cabral's hair. Great. Now we know about that, and we know about Lisa Vanderpump. Let's get into the Brynn of it all. I stand corrected. I say I'll never watch Salt Lake again, and season 3 was fucking utter trash. And then we have Von Teese, and then we have this great season 5. RHOSLC casting news. Rumor is that everybody's coming back in the same roles, including Brittany. Nobody knows that for sure, just so you know. We're not done with the reunion, so let's not believe that. People make things up. Probably true, but let's not believe it. Nothing has been decided yet. And so I have apologized to so many people, the traders, apologized to Robin Dixon for never realizing how great she was. I got to apologize to RHONY because, look, I don't know if it's a real apology. The season sucked. It fucking sucked. It was a horrible season. One of the worst, I think, in Housewives history. And, Sai, I'm sorry, and Aaron, you guys have been saying all season, just give us until the finale. And I'm like, nobody cares about any of you. How could the finale be good? But I watched the finale and the Brynn of it all, and I gotta tell you, I'm awake. I'm awake. Like we're heading. Look, I think the cast was going to change up regardless because Andy knows it sucks. Everybody knows it sucks. So I think changes were coming regardless. I think it's a little self-produced in the sense that the women on the show know that it's not great and know that it needs a change. So there is a little bit of like we have our scapegoat in Brynn, and there's some cast changes that are going to come. But look, Brynn did this to herself. So let's just review very quickly for everyone that hasn't seen it. You know, it ended, and Ubah has been saying, in the past episode or two that Brynn slept her way onto the show. I mean, God, all of these shows they are done with the fourth wall. There is no more fourth wall in Bravo, in Housewives. I love it. Beverly Hills, Salt Lake, every fucking show is breaking the fourth wall. And I think like Housewives just woke up and they're like, I mean, the Kardashians do it all the time. They walk around realizing they're famous. So I think it's just is what it is. Maybe housewives realize this is just the phase of where we are in the world and we should break the fourth wall. It does make sense. So Uba's been saying, you slept your way to get onto the show, onto RHONY. And Brynn is shocked, and the women call Uba in, and they're like, "You got to stop calling her a slut. You got to stop saying she slept her way onto the show." And it really bothered Brynn. And Brynn comes into the ladies, and she is saying, "Hey, this really bothers me. This really bothers me. And the reason it really bothers me is because I was sexually assaulted." She says I was raped. And Uba knows this. So Uba knows this. And based on what she knows, she's still saying I slept my way onto the show. And she knows this is a sensitive subject for me. So the women are understandably completely taken aback. Like, what? You were what? We didn't know you were sexually assaulted. And Uba knows this, and she's still saying these things. And it makes the fact that she's saying these things, we just talked to her and told her she shouldn't be saying these things, but like this makes it even worse. And so Brynn says, yeah, she does know. And yes, yes, yes. So people are not at all happy with Uba at this point. Not at all. And everything goes about its moments, and it just is what it is. And then it basically comes out that everyone goes to bed, and they go to Uba's room, and they say, well, um, why are you saying this against Brynn? Because she was sexually assaulted. So this is really bad, Uba. Like, this, and you're still saying she slept her way on the show. And Uba's like, wait a second, let me wake up out of a dead sleep. And it's going to black, and it's fading to black, and they're playing dramatic music, and they're showing words on the screen. And the editing in this is actually like, wow, maybe season 3 of the reboot, season 16, maybe RHONY has something in it. So, like Salt Lake, I apologize. Maybe this could be salvaged. That's why I'm awake. And they say to Uba, how can you say this to her knowing she was sexually assaulted? And Uba is like, wait, can you back up? Let me wake up out of this deep sleep here. What? She was sexually assaulted, and I know this? Well, Uba then goes absolutely positively batshit crazy. I did a show recently before any of this. I don't know if I did it with Amir, or if I did it with myself, or if I did it with Sarah Fraser. I really don't know, guys. It all blends together to me. But I said I thought that, a cast change was coming, and I predicted that Uba and Brynn were definitely going to go, and possibly Sai